What's up, everyone? Welcome back to TaeInfinite. So this is gonna be unusual, and TaeInfinite won't be informative as the past one. It's gonna be like a direct conversation about Jim Ryan leaving PlayStation. Thank God. I'm gonna be honest. Thank God. So if you've been following TaeInfinite, you know I have a strong opinion of Jim Ryan as position as CEO of PlayStation. I don't hate the guy. I don't know him clearly. I just don't like his position at PlayStation. I think he kind of tarnished the brand a bit in some ways. But the crazy part is he's been beneficial with PlayStation. I'm gonna bring some positive light to this conversation. He was beneficial to PlayStation. He made a PS5 as of July, has been reported to 40 million units sold this year. So that's fantastic. PlayStation brand is higher than ever. He also did a 3.6 billion acquisition for Bungie. And knowing Jim Ryan's plan with PlayStation, creating games as service titles, Bungie's a good studio for that. They have experience with their past games such as Halo, which is an online multiplayer shooter, and they can use that knowledge, and also Destiny. Can also use that knowledge for PlayStation games as service titles. So there's some good things there, but there's also things I just don't like. I've been a bit anti-PC porting for PlayStation. People keep reporting that these sales are great for PC, which, to be honest with you, I don't agree with. They're not doing day and date like Xbox, and not only that, they're releasing these PC titles, or PC ports, to PC 2-3 years after its initial launch on a PlayStation console. So when they launch on PC, the sales are kind of like they're like, I always quote it as pocket change, and it continues to be that way. In fact, as of yesterday morning or the day before, I can't recall, Horizon Forbidden West is coming to PC 2024. So it's been 2 years since it launched on PS5 and PS4, and I'm curious how those sales going to be. The game's so decent on PlayStation consoles, and even past PlayStation exclusives at the time, sold really well on PlayStation consoles. But when it comes to PC, it's like not, in my opinion, decent enough. I don't think the strategy is going to be beneficial unless it's day and date, and PlayStation already confirmed themselves multiple times they're not going to do that, considering the fact that it sells well on PlayStation. As recently, Jim Ryan, I said this in my past video, he increased the PlayStation Plus price for premium users, the yearly premium users, and that didn't look well on PlayStation, and a lot of fans were outraged about that. Valid reasons so. The premium tier is really lackluster, and they have the nerve to increase it. I don't know the logic behind that. I really don't. As I said before, PlayStation, under Jim Ryan's leadership, he wants to be committed to games as a service titles. And honestly, I'm mixed on that. PlayStation has clarified that these won't be the same Destiny-like clones. They won't be clones of each other. There will have some separation between the bunch of games coming. I'm mixed on that because we really haven't seen many of them. And I said in my past video, PlayStation has a notorious thing where if something doesn't work for them, they will pull the plug. And I can honestly see that with the games as service titles too. And PlayStation got to make it right. So Jim Ryan wants to push forward to those games as service titles. I get it because the numbers are there. It's a good way to get money from players, the consumers, because it's a service. They constantly pitting effort into these games, and hopefully players continue to buy from those games. Yeah, I want to clarify. It sounds like I hate Jim. I don't hate him as a person. I just dislike his policies with PlayStation. He has some good things. He made PlayStation a strong brand, at least continue to be a strong brand. And he also some things I just dislike. But hope someone after Jim Ryan do better. More in the eyes of gamers and business. I understand this is a business thing here. Jim Ryan this is weird, but he's too focused on the business aspect. I get it's a corporate stuff, but sometimes he appears too corporate. We have someone like Phil Spencer. I don't agree with him with some things, but I also know he's a gamer. That is fact. You can go on his Xbox profile and see what games he be playing. He be even playing with people. From my knowledge, someone who I've been following for years, he should follow me back on PSN. He never accepted my friend request from 2013. It's PlayStation Shuhei Yoshida. PlayStation gamers have been really vocal about how the decline of Japanese-oriented games. Japan studio closed years ago, but they kind of got refugees and created a Sobi studio who created Astrobot. And I think Shuei Yoshida would be a good guy for both Western audiences and Japanese audiences. Not saying PlayStation has declined and brand as in Japan, but their shift kind of focus more on the Western side. And I want those Japanese gamers to have that Japanese game experience for PlayStation again. And there's a lot of Japanese players or Japanese game players in America or the States in general. And people miss those type of games, that sense of variety that the PlayStation is known for. It's kind of been lackluster. I'm not saying the games currently are bad. It just people miss the extra sense of variety that PlayStation offered back in the day. And they kind of declined. Hopefully the new guy, hopefully Shuei Yoshida, I think he'd be perfect for it. He's a cool dude. I've been following him on Twitter for years and learning his like career throughout the years too. But yeah, I think he's perfect for be a new PlayStation COO. Give him the job, Sony. Give him a higher position. I think he'll nail it. People love him. He understands gamers. He's a fan of like all types of games. He just plays anything. But I think he's more important for the Japanese aspect. Like he knows get PlayStation in a good position in Japan like Nintendo was or is. PlayStation was dominating Japan. And it still is. I'm not saying PlayStation in Japan is bad by any means. No. It just the strategy with PlayStation currently is focused on Western, heavily on Western. Put that same energy towards the Japan as well, and that'd be awesome to see. We'll see some more Eastern games coming to America too. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts. It's not my usual PS Insight, just focus on Jim Ryan here and the future PlayStation. I'm excited to see where PlayStation go after this. Clearly none of this stuff is going to change overnight. No, there's gonna be some stuff still here. Just more so that we don't have to worry about, in my opinion, or how people feel like how I feel, the nonsense Jim Ryan offered to the brand sometimes. Sometimes when he speaks, it just makes my eyes roll, shake my head. And but what can I say? He wants to retire, good for him. He says basically what I'm not quoting him, but from what I read, it's basically saying he just tired of doing this and he just wants to essentially relax. He hated doing so many travels. He said he was constantly on the plane, this and that, business meetings, corporate stuff. And I get it. But I hope he has a good retirement, and I'm excited to see what's next for PlayStation, the new CL. Really excited for that. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching. Take care.